And then I realized that my main focus has to stay on diaspora studies or diaspora institutions, because this is what part of the institution that I studied are working towards that. They're working on migration and development. Still, they don't know the role of the diasporas, but this is what they're working for. And I realized that, okay, I am part of the diaspora. I will always be part of the diaspora. So what can I do with my degree? What do I really love? And then this is where I am now. My name is Susanna Owusu Twumwah, and I am working as a consultant in different projects related to international cooperation and development, diversity, and migration. I was born in Rome, but I am from Ghana.
Interesting that you say, but I'm from Ghana. How come you don't say and?
Well, so this week I started my master on migration and diaspora studies, and I said the same thing while presenting myself. And I was thinking that many years ago, when presenting myself, I always say I was born in Italy, but my parents are from Ghana. So you see that while I'm discovering my identity and I'm discovering who I am, I always change how I present myself.
But I find it interesting that you say but and not and, because those two words also have a different meaning. You don't say Italy and, you say Italy but. So why do you choose but and not and?
But it's important to understand, let's say, where I'm from, or where my family is from, or where my ancestors are. I don't know how to define that. It's important, but technically, I feel Italian, and as well, I feel Ghanaian.
I do think that identity is something singular in a sense. It's how you feel about yourself, and it can shift
Mhm.
and change over time. So there's something that resonates with me there. But let's dig deeper then. How did Susanna end up being born in Italy, and what's your story?
So my parents, okay, I'm currently in London, so sometimes I would say they went or they are in Italy. So sorry for for this confusion. So my parents went to Italy just because of life opportunities. So even when we think about migration, most of the studies, if you think about migration, most of the reasons why people moved was for economic reasons. Now we see a lot of different reasons, but that was the main reason for them. So they went to Italy, yes, 30 or 35 years ago. And so they decided to move for that. So what happened? Nothing, that they decided to have kids. So here I go. So I was just technically born in Italy.
So tell me about your formative years, the early years before you became a teenager. What was your sense of identity, and what were your thoughts about Ghana and Italy? Were you in any conflict with it, or did you see yourself as Italian and that's it?
So when I was a little child, I saw myself as an Italian, and also I think also really Ghanaian. But I was, let's say, afraid to share information about my Ghanaian part with my friends. Children always ask something in your language. So I always remember this, and I didn't want to speak my language in front of them because I thought that they would make fun of me. I remember also that for many years, no one knew how to pronounce my second surname, which is Twumwah. And of course, in Italian, if you have to read TWU, it becomes a Tumwa. So I didn't want to share with them the correct pronunciation of that surname because I didn't want them to make fun of me. And I think I was really also confused about my nationality. So I started saying like, okay, I know I'm Italian, but I don't have the Italian passport. So this is what I knew. But I didn't really understand what was let's say the reason why I had this different passport. But I knew I was Italian, so it wasn't a big problem or big deal for me.
And at home, were your parents listening to Italian music or was it Ghanaian music? And did you have relatives coming in from Ghana? Was it a familiar space for you?
So I think my dad used to listen to all the deep, music in Ghana, but also from different countries. And my mother, I think, only from Ghana and main gospel music, and also sometimes Italian. But since I also live with two brothers, they were also listening to music, of course. So they went to an American school and they used to listen to hip hop and, let's say, black music in general. I was a little girl going in an Italian school, listening to 50 Cent and all those artists famous in the 90s and stuff. So I was confused even on that side, you know?
When we talked the first time and now, there's a sense of peace with yourself, how you feel, how you present yourself, and embracing your African roots and heritage. What were the indicators or markers that brought that out in you, and at what stage were you at where you started kind of feeling good about it?
In high school, so let's say 15 years or 16 years, I think I went to Ghana and it started all there because I started seeing that actually my culture was very cool. And that I had to be proud of my culture and I had to share more about who I really was or so my parents used to talk to me in Italian, English, and Tree, mostly Tree. So Tree was our language in the house. And this is strange because my brothers don't speak Tree like I do. So I don't know. Maybe it's because they went to this American school and all their mind were to
It's
the English
definitely the
side.
Americans' fault, definitely.
I believe it's that. So I
Yeah.
guess that I started, let's say, studying again Tree. I wanted to like speak properly Tree. And also that I think helps because when you want to understand a culture, when you want to understand also yourself better, I think a language can be really powerful.
I'm fascinated by language personally, um, because I also write poetry and it's in English. And the English words I find are full of traps, I find very interesting. Double meanings, triple meanings, depending where you place it, how you pronounce it. I know that I understand cultures better personally when I speak the language because you get the layers and the subtleties and the subtext, and it makes sense connecting with Twi as a language, not only as a space where you see yourself. I also think that when you talk about your brothers who went to the States, possibly not speaking as well anymore, I don't know if it's the American kind of you need to become one of us, like you have to let go of everything else in a way. While in Europe, I don't know, there's a sense of duality which is maybe still problematic, but I think there is a space
No,
for
but
it.
it's strange because we grew up in Italy together.
Yes, but they had to become a little bit
Hmm.
more Americanized maybe, and that
Yes,
means
maybe.
you're maybe more Black American than African. I don't know. I just feel that, but I would love to explore it more. Okay, so you found a way to start embracing who you were, and that was because of the trip back as a teenager, which I think is a crucial time, the adolescent time, to be able to see Africa as a person from diaspora. So, how does this feed into your choice when you started thinking about university and your profession and what you wanted to do? How did this all
Hmm.
play in?
So this, I believe, it started like a little bit before this trip to Ghana because I saw, let's say, an image of kids in Africa that had like mosquitoes and
The
how do you call them?
flies,
The flies all over the faces and stuff. And there was this organization like
UNICEF.
trying to help these kids and wanted
Mm.
funds for to help these people. And I started thinking because of obviously I said that the trip in Ghana when I was like 15, 16 had a different meaning, but I went to Ghana even before. So when I say I saw this image, I realized that okay, when I went to Ghana, I didn't see children like this. So why am I seeing this in Europe? So I started saying that, you know what, in life, I know I want to help Africa. This is what I was thinking. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old. I don't know. Can't remember the age. So I was like, okay, in life, I know that I want to help Africa because this is not what I want to see in Europe. And at certain point, I believe that I was just looking at different universities in Rome. And I found this course that was international cooperation and development. And I say, all right, I believe that I'm part of Europe and I can be part of European institutions. And what is the best way to work in different African countries? Maybe to study this in this field. And I decided to study international cooperation and development. And of course, I believe that when you're a teenager or when you're starting university, and your mind is like, oh, now I know what to do in life. Graduated last year, and I think that even in a month, everything can change in your life, in your mind, and what you want to do. But let's say that I was working with diasporas in Italy. And I had the chance also to work with, let's say, an institution in Ghana that work as well for the Ghanaian diaspora. And then I realized that my main focus has to stay on diaspora studies or diaspora institutions because this is what part of the institution that I studied are working towards that. They're working on migration and development. Still, they don't know the role of the diasporas, but this is what they're working for. And I realized that, okay, I am part of the diaspora. I will always be part of the diaspora. So what can I do with my degree? What do I really love? And then this is where I am now. So this is the reason, one of the reasons why I'm studying this. Let's say I'm doing this master on migration and diaspora studies.
How do you implement creativity in what you do and your culture and awareness?
If you want to change the mindset of people, you also have to change the way you refer to things. So I think that maybe that was the creative part of my job. And of course, I was also creating, like, let's say, continents. So maybe that is the part of my.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's creative because you're having to shift and kind of try and move something in a new direction by infusing new ideas, new perspectives, new information. And I think if one is dealing with migration and people of another culture, you need somebody who understands that, who is aware of that, who is firmly embedded in that as well, but can dip out. And I think that's the benefit of having both the Italian and Ghanaian perspective. You're able to speak two languages in a way and settle in different spaces and be able to see maybe the common threads and the ways to penetrate the walls that stop people speaking with each other sometimes. So I definitely feel that that is highly creative. Please like and subscribe. Shadow Choose Films.